I must speak to the point, or not at all. You are not a churchman, so what I have to say I will put in the words of a man of the world, which once I was myself, perhaps always have been. I've heard that you have an affection, or may I say infatuation, for a lady who is not in a position to marry you. Is that so?" The face of his nephew, kindly and wrinkled, was gentle with an expression of concern. "It is, Uncle Cuthbert. I'm sorry if it troubles you." "A mutual affection?" His nephew shrugged. "My dear Adrian, the world has changed in its judgments since my young days, but there is still a halo around marriage. That, however, is a matter for your conscience and is not my point. Give me a little water." When he had drunk from the glass held out, he went on more feebly. "Since your father died, I've been somewhat in loco parentis to you all, and the chief repository, I suppose, of such traditions as attach to our name. I wanted to say to you that our name goes back very far and very honourably. A certain inherited sense of duty is all that is left to old families now. What is sometimes excused to a young man is not excused to those of mature age and a certain position like your own. I should be sorry to be leaving this life, knowing that our name was likely to be taken in vain by the press or bandied about. Forgive me for intruding on your privacy, and let me now say good-bye to you all. It will be less painful if you will give the others my blessing for what it is worth. Very little, I'm afraid. Good-bye, my dear Adrian. Good-bye." The voice dropped to a whisper. The speaker closed his eyes, and Adrian, after standing a minute looking down at the carved waxen face, stole, tall and a little stooping, to the door, opened it gently, and was gone. The nurse came back. The bishop's lips moved, and his eyebrows twitched now and then, but he spoke only once. "I shall be glad if you will kindly see that my neck is straight and my teeth in place. Forgive these details, but I do not wish to offend the sight." Adrian went down to the long panelled room where the family was waiting. Sinking, he sent his blessing to you all. Sir Conway cleared his throat. Hilary pressed Adrian's arm. Lionel went to the window. Emily Mont took out a tiny handkerchief and passed her other hand into Sir Lawrence's. Wilmette alone spoke. "How does he look, Adrian?" "Like the ghost of a warrior on his shield." Again Sir Conway cleared his throat. "Fine old boy," said Sir Lawrence softly. "Ah," said Adrian. They remained, silently sitting and standing, in the compulsory discomfort of a house where death is visiting. Tea was brought in, but as if by tacit agreement no one touched it. And suddenly the bell tolled. The 7 in that room looked up. At one blank spot in the air their glances met and crossed, as though fixed on something there and yet not there. A voice from the doorway said, "Now, please, if you wish to see him." Sir Conway, the eldest, followed the bishop's chaplain. The others followed Sir Conway. In his narrow bed, jutting from the centre of the wall opposite the mullioned windows, the bishop lay, white and straight and narrow, with just the added dignity of death. He graced his last state even more than he had graced existence. None of those present, not even his chaplain, who made the 8th spectator, knew whether Cuthbert Porthminster had really had faith, except in that temporal dignity of the church which he had so faithfully served. They looked at him now with all the different feelings death produces in varying temperaments, and with only one feeling in common, aesthetic pleasure at the sight of such memorable